Hey everyone, this is Kat, and today we will be talking about politics. I will actually be mainly discussing Donald Trump, as he is who I would like to be our next president. With this being said, if you bash me for my political views, then you will be banned and blocked off my channel. Please keep in mind we all have different political views. You may discuss yours with me, however you can discuss it and get your points across without bashing me or trying to say I am wrong. Obviously, I do not expect everyone to have the same views as me. And that is not the point of this video. I will also discuss Obama and what I think of him as a president. If you do not want to hear any of this, I suggest you close out the video now and go watch one that singles around your views. So, let's start with Obama. President Obama has not been as bad a president as people think he is. Do I agree with Obamacare? I think it was a good idea, in a sense. Now, before you go bashing me over that statement, hear me out. The only thing I do not like about it is that it was made, mandatory and totally unaffordable. I do agree that insurance companies should not be allowed to turn down people due to pre-existing medical conditions. My mom has OPCA, and if it wasn't for her capabilities of remaining on TRICARE because my dad is retired Air Force, she could have been turned down from insurance. I have bipolar disorder. Because I'm bipolar, I'm considered high risk. Well, without Obama, you could forget me being, or without Obamacare, you could forget me being able to get insurance. I think the execution for Obamacare was wrong. I do believe the idea behind it might have been good, just executed a little better. Alright, did you know Obama also wanted to make it so people with felonies didn't have to write it down on their job applications? As someone with a felony who has kept her nose clean since 2001, I shouldn't have to put it down. But guess what? On GameStop's job application, I have to write it down because it says, have you ever been convicted of a felony? Personally, I would much rather get an interview and then I could tell them, yes, I have a felony. Let me explain what happened. My first husband was physically abusive. He threatened my life and my sister's life if I did not steal my parents' checks and write on them over $10,000 worth. If I could, I would go back in time to make sure it never happened. See, then the interviewer would have a chance to realize it's not something I wanted to do, but something I was forced to do. And they would also hear my regrets and my remorse, therefore making me a little more apt to potentially getting a job that might not otherwise hire me or call me in for an interview once they see 2001 Hampton and Virginia Beach, Virginia forgery and uttering on my application. So this, I believe, would be a good idea. And yes, I supported Obama in that time where he was trying to pass that bill. No idea if it ever got high enough up there. Obama feels that people who have felonies reoffend because they are idle with their hands, meaning they reoffend because they can't get a job and need money. Do you have student loans? Well, Obama has made them easier to pay back and has arranged it so you can defer your loans when you don't have a job. For people like me who own student loans, this is great. Now, I have mentioned the key points I like about Obama. There is more, however, we won't get into all of that. Unless you ask me directly, then I'll be glad to tell you or link you where I got my information from. Now, it is time to discuss Donald Trump as a presidential candidate. Immigration. We will discuss his views on immigration. So, immigration. People talk about, well, Trump wants to build a wall to keep Mexicans out and ban Muslims, and if you support him, that means you're racist. Wrong. Sure, Trump does want to build a wall on our borders bordering Mexico, but that's only to keep the illegal immigrants out. He says he has no problems allowing immigrants, but only if they come to our country legally. This means no more sneaking into our country. They would have to be able to work to be able to come to this country legally by usage of visas, etc. This, I think, is great. I agree that people who are illegal should stay out of this country. If you're illegal, come to this country and pay taxes just like anyone else. And pay. Alright. Trump on abortion. Okay, so abortion. Donald Trump wants to stop funding Planned Parenthood because they are the #1 abortion clinic in the U.S. Sweet! I am 100% against abortion under any circumstances. I don't care what the circumstances are. I'm against abortion. Don't get me wrong. If you've had an abortion, I don't hate you. I have a family member who's had an abortion, but I don't look down on her because she had it. I will not reveal the name of my family member for protection of her, but I do agree that Planned Parenthood should not receive government funding. Okay, gun rights. You all are gonna love this, especially all of you out there who want to keep your guns. Okay. I know I don't have any gun rights being a convicted felon, but because I have a non-violent felony, I could get them back if I petitioned the courts for them, same as my voting rights. Donald Trump wants to make it so if you have a concealed carry permit in your state, it's valid in every single one of the 50 states. For those who love gun rights and are all for the right to bear arms, why wouldn't you be happy about this? Trump is all for gun rights and the right to bear arms, to the extent he wants to make it so you don't have to get a concealed carry permit in each state individually. In fact, if you got it in Virginia, then your permit would be good in California. Why wouldn't this be a good thing? Especially if you travel a lot. Alright, foreign policy. Trump also wants to bring peace to Israel and its neighbors. With what happened in Pakistan on Easter Sunday, March 27, 2016, depending on when you were watching this video. Why would this not be a good thing? He wants to take out the terrorist groups. Why would you not want this? Unless you're a terrorist, then you should really be afraid if Trump becomes president. Taxes. Donald Trump hates the way the government spends our taxes, which is why he tries to pay as little taxes as possible. So he wants to change the way taxes are spent and make the taxing system better. He also wants to do a tax relief for middle class and below. I think this might be a good thing. What about you? Hang on a second. I think I hear my cat crying. Well, come on. I got him, James. I'm recording. Sorry, my cat freaks out if he doesn't see me. Alright, healthcare. Trump wants to end Obamacare and replace it with something terrific, he says. Would he keep it so insurance companies could not turn down the medical insurance for pre-existing medical conditions? I have no clue, but I want to find out. Oh, he also said it would cost far less money for the country and for the people. Okay, I'm game for this. Truly affordable healthcare coverage seems like his plan here. Economy and jobs. Trump also wants to raise the prevailing wage paid to H-1Bs, which would then force the U.S. to hire the unemployed U.S. citizens instead of flying in cheaper workers for overseas, which would mean more people in the workforce and the unemployment rate would go up. If you're unemployed, you tell me, wouldn't you like to know that the immigrants are being paid more, therefore the companies would much rather hire someone closer to home? I know I would love this, so again I ask, why would this not be a good thing? Civil liberties. Trump wants better and more surveillance. This would also be a good thing, I would assume. Wouldn't you? Crime and safety. He believes the police in this country have done a great job of keeping law and order. I agree with him. Every time I see a police officer, I always thank them for their service to our cities, our states. They deserve to know they are appreciated. In fact, I will take the time right this second to say, if you work in law enforcement, whether it is military, firefighters, police, animal control, anything of that sort, thank you. You have my support, and I appreciate all you do for this country, these states, and these cities. You are the reason I feel safe going outside my door to smoke that cigarette, knowing if someone shoots me, then you will bring that person to justice. All you doctors out there and EMTs, thank you for saving the lives of many people. Sure, you lost a few along the way. Sorry. But there's always a price to pay for doing a good deed. I appreciate you all too. Alright, let's talk about Donald Trump's views on the environment. I can't. Because I can't pause my webcam. My webcam doesn't have a pause, sorry. Sorry about that. He normally doesn't bother me when the door is closed. Alright, environment. The environment. Donald Trump believes global warming is an expensive hoax. In all honesty, I'm not really sure what's a thing about global warming. I do believe that there's an answer to a cleaner environment. I'm just not sure what yet. So I'm neutral on this here, but would be interested to know what else he says about global warming. Alright, education. This is a topic that is close to most every parent. So if you are a parent or even in college, this stuff might interest you. So, Donald Trump wants to make all schools equal with one another. So schools in rich neighborhoods are not the only ones that prosper and have a lot to give their kids with better fundings. He wants to build better schools in the poor neighborhoods, hire better teachers, and provide all the supplies all schools need. He wants to make sure schools in poor to middle class neighborhoods are equal to schools in wealthy neighborhoods. Why wouldn't this be a good thing? Sorry. Alright, budget and spending. He wants to cut the Department of Education, but yes. He wants to cut so much spending the government is doing in order to relieve some of the debt this country is already in. Be honest with me, don't you think that would help this economy and not make it worse? I mean, shit. This economy is in a shithole right now. I think Trump might be the one to dig us out of it. Well, what do you think? National security. He wants to up our national security from what it seems like. I could be wrong about this, but I know the others I am not. He wants to deal with the terrorists in hopes of ending terrorism permanently. Yay! Finally, someone who admits to wanting to do the right thing. Alright, veterans. You know that debate he decided not to do? Are you aware that by not doing that debate he chose not to do, he raised $6 million for the vets? Okay, Trump. Now you really have my attention. He wants to help better our vets. He even says the current state of the Department of Veterans Affairs is absolutely unacceptable. If you are a vet, you know what I am talking about. If you are not a vet, then you're probably like, oh, they get free medical. It can't be all that bad, can it? But that is where you are wrong. Are you aware that sometimes vets have to wait for months, even years, to get an appointment? And then at the VA's office, there is no parking. One of these days, I should go down there and show you what I'm talking about with my video camera. And then on top of that, there is an hour to 2 hour wait past your scheduled appointment before you can even get seen. How is this good? You go to your regular doctor. Your doctor might be 10 minutes late to see you, but at least you get in within a 10-minute. But at the VA, it's not like that. Trump, now you have my full attention. Does he have yours? If you're a vet, he should have your attention at this point. If you're still watching my video by now, then you're more than likely intrigued in the rest of it. Don't worry, I'm almost done. One more political issue to discuss, and then I will be done. I promise. Energy. Trump wants to bring back the coal industry. Wait, what? Why is this good? Because then we are buying coal from our own country instead of buying it from others. How is that good? Well, think about it. Things that use coal in our country will be cheaper to run. You know, some trains still use coal, right? That means train tickets to go from point A to point B will be cheaper. Charcoal, you buy to grill your hot dogs if you use a charcoal grill, will be cheaper. I ask again, how is this a bad thing? So, now before I end my video, let me ask you something. Before watching this video, were you a Trump supporter? If you were not one, are you one now? If I have not changed your mind, then why not? You tell me what is your problem with Trump. Let's hold a friendly debate about Trump. You still don't want Trump? Okay, tell me who you want to be our next president and why you want them to be our next. Keep in mind, bashing me for my political views will result in banning and blocking from my channel. If you liked this video, please feel free to hit like, subscribe, share, and comment what you think of the video. If I missed anything, let me know. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.